Hi, everyone. Welcome to another coaching session with myself, Jeremy. Today I have a guest from Indonesia, actually, Getty. Uh, Getty, with your game Presidential Rise, do you mind if you just introduce yourself to your audience and maybe just share a little bit more about your game today?
Okay, cool. Thank you, Jeremy. So first time, thank you for so much for this opportunity. I'm really happy to join this coaching session. Hello, my name is Getty. I'm from Indonesia. I am an indie game developer, working mostly solo. Uh, my current project is Presidential Rise. It's like a management strategy with political simulation. Um, Already have a playable demo on Steam. So that's it, I think.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Thank you. So I got your the sign up form and you raised a bunch of points, right? So I'm just playing the footage here just to show you like what kind of game it is, but I'm just gonna go right now into the questions you asked. So if you see right here, right, these are the 4 points that you mentioned. You're looking for sort of advice, right? You're looking for opinions and consultation. So I'll just go through them. First one is ensuring the core gameplay loop feels engaging and sustainable for players. Second one is improving pacing, event frequency, so player decisions feels meaningful without overwhelming. Evaluating game presentation, UI UX, onboarding flow to ensure clarity for casual and core, and reviewing market position to better understand how the game can stand out within the niche. So these are the 4 things, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. Anything else you want to add? Like for example, because I have my design notes for your game, but these are just based on the points that you bring up so far. Is there anything else you want to ask that is not covered in these 4 points?
I think yeah, overall I think is it yeah, there's adding more the question that
Mm-hmm.
I have more. I think is it the story is keep engaging? Is it
Mm-hmm.
the there is audience for this kind of game?
Mm.
I think we can talk tomorrow when we discuss, I think.
Okay, sure. So I guess I'll just have 2 questions before we go. Number one, what are you currently happy with your game right now? Like what do you think right now your game you are very proud of? You feel it's really tight. You feel that it's really satisfying, and what do you feel that if you want to try your very best, what is it about it that you want to keep the most?
I think the uh mechanic is kind of keep make me keep playing
Mm-hmm.
and with my own pace.
Yep.
So I think I kind of feel relaxed, but at the same time, I feel like challenging in the both ways
Mm,
about this game.
mm.
So that's why I think I will continue to make it this game until it's finished.
I guess for me is that I'll give you some notes, but at the same time, whatever decision that you make from this point on, I'll leave it up to you lah. I'll just give my notes. It doesn't mean that you have to follow it. It doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that this is something that you absolutely must. It's just more like some observation, some points that I noticed when playing your game. But of course, when it comes to doing improving the game itself, this is your 100% your decision, so I'll leave those on to yourself, whether you want to take it, whether you want to leave it. I'll leave it up to you. Okay, is that all right?
All right, cool, thank you.
All right, cool. Okay, so out of these 4 points, right, I'm only going to touch on this these 3 points, because I feel the second point, the pacing and event frequency, is something that I don't think there's anything particularly wrong with it, but it might change depending on the feedback from the other points, whether the gameplay loop or the UI and the UX. This is what I feel personally, and so hopefully covering these 3 points would help indirectly help this second point, which is improving the pacing. So I will go through the notes step by step, which is the first one. Okay, ensuring the core gameplay loop feels engaging and sustainable for players over longer sessions. All right. Okay, so this is the gameplay loop for your game. This is okay. So I've played your game a few rounds, basically, and this is what I'm getting at. Okay, so you have your money, you build your resource, you build your infrastructure, and then you check the results the next day. Sometimes there will be requests, right? So these requests will pop up to
Yeah,
sort of ask, like get the players to be like, oh, you need to build like 20 houses or 38 landfills or something along that lines, and then you complete them. You can earn like popularity, technology, experience, and then you check the result the next day. You go to the next day, and then you earn the money, and then you
yeah.
and then you cycle through, right? There's also
Yes.
there's also this other component, which is the producing the export. So you can like sort of create exports to then sell at a later point of date, right? Like let's say you create like oh chemicals, and then in like 16 days something, and you can sell it for either a higher price, or maybe if the market crash, it goes lower. Is that correct?
Yeah. This is correct.
Yep. Okay. So this is the gameplay loop. Okay. So I played through the game. I played, and cycle through. And this is what I get a sense of the gameplay loop. Now, the more I play, the more I start to understand how the game mechanics. I start to realize that um, I start to sort of identify like the I call it the actual gameplay loop, because what I realized that the more I keep doing this, the more I cycle through, keep going. I played to chapter 3, so I didn't play anything beyond chapter 3 because I felt that I got what I need already. So if there's anything else that happens beyond chapter 3, do let me know. But I got to that point only, the one where the political parts start to unlock lah. So
Okay.
this is the actual gameplay.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is what the actual gameplay loop feels like. Um, I feel your game is extremely dependent on money. Now,
Yeah.
I don't think it might be a weird question, right? Oh yeah, of course your game is dependent on money, but it feels like every decision I make is tied to money. So, like for example, right, popularity is dependent of infrastructure, because you build your infrastructure, you complete the request, you gain popularity from there, right? So ends up money used to build infrastructure, and completing infrastructure adds to popularity. So in the end, it's tied to money. Popularity is the lose condition, right? If your popularity reaches zero, you lose the game. Is that correct?
Yeah. This is correct.
Yes, correct. Okay, yeah. So it feels like popularity is the main concern, and no matter what I need to do, I need to make sure the popularity is as high as possible. And this is also present in the chapter 3, when the political parties start to come into play, where you can like introduce like
Mm,
policies where you can support
mm,
your different
mm,
groups of or what. But I also feel that
mm,
at the end of
mm.
the day, those also depends on money, because the happiness of the different groups will increase or decrease your
Yeah.
popularity. But because you need
Yeah.
money to implement those policies, then it
Yeah.
becomes money again. So everything falls back to money. Now,
Yes.
yeah. So I think there might be a concern there, because the more I play, the more I feel that anything that would disrupt the source of money, I feel very risky to try. Like for example, I tried to play the export game. I end up sometimes burning a lot of money for very early on, and I got stuck like in the mid game, because it's so dependent on money that as I keep playing, I realize that I don't really want to play this export thing, because it's way too risky. I don't feel comfortable spending so much money, because what if a request comes in and I don't have time
Mm,
to
mm,
complete them? So
mm,
everything becomes about money. So
mm.
it becomes very narrow. So if I just play through the game like very optimally, right, it really is just a straight line only,
Mm.
money into popularity. When I asked you for reference, you gave me three different games: Democracy 4, Game Dev Story, and also This is the Police. But
Startup panic.
yes, correct. Okay, I'm gonna look at two for today. Democracy 4 and Game Dev Story, because I feel those two games are the closest to what I feel that you're trying to achieve, but also at the same time also give you a sense like in terms of where can you actually aim for. All right. So
Okay.
I am going to show you the gameplay loop for Democracy 4. I only watched the gameplay for this game, so I don't have I didn't play this game. I don't have this game, but I've seen some videos to show lah, like how people play, how people approach the strategies and things like that.
Mm,
And
mm, mm,
there is a lot of push and pull. So while this game,
mm.
yes, there is a money element involved, but money is not the main resource. Okay, so the main thing is that you use
Yeah.
your
Yeah. Yeah.
political power to
Mm,
affect
mm,
policy, and
mm,
this policy would influence your
mm,
voters, and your voters
mm,
will indirectly affect your political power. But
mm, mm.
over my head, right, what I'm worried about also two things: budget, and also the term,
Mm.
because you got your presidential term, right? It's like your election
Yeah.
year, right? So at a certain point,
Yeah.
the game will come back and say, okay, how well you do as a president, how well you do as this thing. And there is this constant push and pull. Like every time I induce a policy, I know that I cannot make everyone happy. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, every time I make a decision,
Yeah.
it's like it's not because of like, oh, I got money, I do. Oh, I got my term, I got money or not, yes or no, I do, which is what's happening in your game. Do you have money? You should do. There's no real how to say, there's no real concern in terms of anything else other than money, because everything is so tied to money, right? Yes, there's popularity, yes, there's all those things, but it's so money driven that I never really think about anything else other than money. But in Democracy 4, there's always the voters concern, because like in a game there's always like one thing goes up, one thing goes down, right? There's always a sense of like, am I making the right decision or not? Because like it feels like, oh, do I make this particular group happy because these are my voters, but at the same time this policy would help to improve the GDP of the country, but also at the same time, I it's maybe it's too risky to do it at the end of the close to the end of the term. So there's a lot of this push and pull component with this particular game. So this game, right, even though the loop is like there, but there's always something at the back of your mind to tell you that this policy can only solve part of my problem. It won't solve all of my problems. So there's this constant question that I need to ask myself, right? This policy reduce drunk driving, but it reduce the popularity in whatever party, whatever scenario. Yeah. So there's this always this push
Yeah.
and pull. Democracy 4 is a very complex simulation. There's a lot of things going on here. So I want to pull back a little bit because like I know your game is more is like in terms of the flavor and in terms of the vibes, or the scenario they want to give, it feels closer to Democracy 4. But let's look at Game Dev Story for a while, which is this one. Okay. All right. So
Yeah.
you build your team, you spend money to build your team, right? And then your team's
Yeah.
composition would use to decide what kind of game contracts you want to build a new game, or you what kind of contracts you want to take, and this would get money for you, right? And then
Yeah.
this money would would come back, and you will need to then decide on your progression. You will need to spend the money to improve your team, because if I'm not mistaken, the game has what do you call the game ties your progression to the skill of your employees. So the more experience your team has, the more games you can make, and the more games you can make, the more money you can make. Correct? Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So so now every time I build a team, I'm always asking myself, what kind of contracts or what kind of game do I want to make? And also it's weighted against a few things. There's also time element, because the game is running kind of in real time, right? The game runs in kind of real time, so there's always this constant sense of, oh my god, I hire my team, money is being there's a money sink going on. So if I don't take any action, if I don't do anything, money is being siphoned out of me. I need to make decisions. I need to go forward. I need to keep progressing. And every time I take a project, it's like, do I want to play it safe because of my team, or do I want to push it a little bit more? Because in this game, right, you can take out more than you can bite off more than you can chew, correct? Like you can take projects that your skill that you don't really have the skill for, but then of course your projects will fail, and then you will get negative effect. But
Yeah.
you have a option, you see, and you can combine genres. You can like you can see which kind of genre is popular. You can even like decide on the specific modifiers. Like there's like when you make a new game, you can set the different directions. Like you can say, oh, I want this game to build fast. I want this game to get more data. I want this game to like there's like different tiers of direction that you can go for as well. Again, every time you make a decision in this game, right, is there's this push and pull. Ooh, what kind of genre ties with what other kind of genre type? I think that's how this game. What direction do I want to take? Do I want to go it fast, or do I want to earn more data? And then when you upgrade your team, right, do you want to focus on scenario? Do you want to focus on graphics? Do you want to focus on sound? Things like that. You got so many little decisions you make. In a weird way, this game also is like kind of building your sort of like fantasy studio, right? It's like, oh, you can even be like, oh, I want to specialize in scenario making, oh, I want to specialize in graphics, that kind of thing. You can even go for that kind of direction, right? Correct? Yeah, so there's always this
Yeah.
push
Yeah.
and pull.
Correct.
Yeah, there is this also constant time sink, constantly ongoing, which is the year, right? As the year goes on, your money is being drained. As the year goes on, you see your sales go up or you see your sales go down, and then you need to make a decision, you need to make a pivot.
Yeah.
There's always this active movement that's constantly going in the background, even though you're not like doing anything. So this is the gameplay loop of Game the Story. So having those two games as a reference, what do I feel is missing from your game?
Yeah.
Okay, what do I feel is missing? I think your game is lacking a sense of agency. Okay, so these are the two UI elements from the two games, right? The profit thing is from Game Day Story, and the red color circles is from Democracy. These things are like, hey, pulling your attention. If you don't pay attention to this, bad things will happen. I feel that there's not
Yeah,
there's
yeah, yeah.
yeah there's no sense of agency in your game. Your game doesn't really tell me like, oh, if you don't look at this, something is go wrong. Other than the request that comes in, nothing else really creates this sense of agency. So I think your game needs some kind of resource sink, something that drains your resource when the player is not, number one, not doing anything, or they are being too passive. Like in game dev story, right? You can play very very passively, like you can be super safe, you can do everything very safe, but over time, it's like your game is not going to go anywhere. Eventually, the game is going to try to encourage you to take a little bit more risk, correct?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I think your game needs some kind of sense of agency. Yeah.
Mm.
Something to pull the players in, something to make the players feel like, oh, if I don't look at it now, something's gonna happen, something is gonna go wrong.
Yes, yes.
You get what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, because like you
yeah,
know, if I just cycle through like whatever game is showing right now, right? Other than the, see the infrastructure 100 popularity, the only the popularity is the one that is like, hey, I need your attention. But the progress is like, if I don't do anything, if I just play the game very very passively, play very normally, this popularity is not really a big threat. It's like it's steadily maintaining, steadily going up. Yeah. So I feel
mm.
that your game needs some kind of like something that drains your resource. And
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
and I think the key is also, there's also a difference between democracy, game dev story, and your game.
Mm,
Your
mm,
game has
mm.
a ceiling. That means there's always everything is okay state, 100 out of 100, popularity 40 out of 100. You know, there's a ceiling there. I don't think your game. I think what you need is some kind of cycle, like balance. You're always trying to maintain a balance. You're not trying to make the most money or make or hit the highest thing. You're trying to balance, because this game is constantly draining, but you're constantly creating. And this balance is something that you want to achieve, which is the next thing here, like here, right? In economy based games, right, there's always this concept of like, there's what is your generator and what's your consumer, right? The taps and the sink, what is
Yeah.
creating resource, what is draining resource. To achieve this balance, it is what your game is, your goal is. Your goal is not to hit the highest thing. Like democracy, for your goal is not to make the most money, right, or be the richest country. Your game is to balance, make sure that you get elected. And how you get
Yes.
elected is not that, there's always not a clear answer, right? Yeah, you get what I mean?
Yeah,
Because if in game dev
yeah,
story,
yeah.
you can spend little bit to make more profit, or you can spend a lot and make little profit. There's no right or wrong way to do a particular action. And both games are always asking
Mm,
you, can you balance this game or not? Because the sense of agency is pulling resources away, and you're trying to generate resources to counter it. So I think what you need is to figure out a way how to create this constant balance by introducing a sense of urgency. Because your game right now is like this. It just goes, it just goes up. It's up, 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 up. I do this, it goes up. I go this, it goes up. The progression is very steady up. There's nothing pulling you down. You need something to pull you down, and you need to find a way to solve that problem in that sense. Ah, you get what I
mm,
mean?
mm, mm. So I think that's awesome, Jeremy. Thank you.
Ah,
So I think it's yeah. Let me explain a little bit. So
yep,
yeah, I want to make it simple. So that's
yes.
why just the money is the main currency. So everything is related with money. So
Mm-hmm.
because I think I want to the hardcore gamer or not hardcore gamer
Uh-huh.
to can enjoy this game. So I don't want to make it
Ah,
complex.
mm,
So I want to make it simple, but they spend their time with their own pace
mm,
and
mm, mm.
and make it clear, everything clear and simple. So,
Yep.
so yeah, I know I'm really open you open me to yeah. Oh, I know that's why yeah you actually so
Mm,
the mechanic of export is the one who uh the player
mm.
thinking that the export is very risky, but
Yep.
they actually you need to masterize to mastering the mechanic of export to
Mm,
continue to other obstacles. So I think the way that I communicate to the players that the export mechanics is very mandatory
Mm.
to master it.
Mm.
So
Mm.
it's that the tools that require to continue about the progressing
Mm. Mm.
and about agency. I think how to drain it, what is we call draining.
Mm.
So I
Mm.
think I'm already have like a request that keeping request keeping to
Mm. Mm.
the money draining, spending the money. So I think the mechanic of the request
Mm.
keep the playing to keep progressing about the
Yes.
game and balance. So
Yep.
yes, I know about I know about Democracy 4 and
Mm.
Game the Story. I'm not exactly capturing uh mechanics and etc. I mean, I'm
Mm.
just pulling some the aesthetic about
Mm.
game the story. That's clear in my visual art in my game.
Mm.
I'm capturing how game the story style and the game the stuff and democracy 4. I'm just stealing.
Mm.
Maybe I'm calling it stealing is
Yeah.
little
Yeah.
bit
Yeah.
sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, but not. I'm completely grabbing everything. I just okay.
Mm.
This cool. One is cool. This one is cool. This one is cool. So I'm collecting everything and
Ah.
in combining it in my game. So
Mm.
yeah, I'm not that complex, but
Yep.
I'm trying to grab hardcore audience and not
Mm.
hardcore audience or hardcore gamers.
Yep.
So that's why I'm keeping simple. But yeah, I know I'm missing about communication. Oh yeah, about the agency. I'm trying to adding tips and like
Mm.
the showing show up the secretary of
Mm.
the president.
Mm.
Sometimes showing up how what you have to do about the game to keep it information. Oh,
Mm.
you have to doing export, doing this one. Yeah, I'm trying to showing or communicate it with tips by secretary
Mm.
actually, but I think it's still not the grab the
Mm.
attention from the
Correct.
players.
Correct.
Yeah, that
Because I
yeah,
don't
okay,
think, yeah, I don't think you, it's not like you don't, your game don't have it, it just, it doesn't feel it's there. You get what I mean? Like one thing about the export mechanic, right, this one, right, it feels like it's sitting outside of the gameplay loop. It doesn't interact with your infrastructure, it doesn't interact with your policy, yeah, the policy, it just outside it. It's like, oh, I need to do this somehow to make money, and then this money is gonna come back in.
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
so
yes,
it feels very
yeah, yeah,
it
yeah,
feels very detached. So it doesn't make me feel like it's like, because your what's your main point is the engagement, right? This engaging, right?
yeah,
Engaging
yeah,
means
yeah,
that everything you do, it makes you think like, oh, what is it gonna affect? How is it gonna affect? Now, coming back to simple and complex, right? I'll give you a
yeah,
spectrum, right? So this is a, like, I give you a spectrum. So that means like from simple to complex. Simple, on one end you have democracy 4, like I put democracy 4 as like
yeah,
the highest complexity, right? But
flex, yeah,
simple, I would put it like, maybe game dev story is here, like, game dev story is here, game dev
yeah,
story
yeah,
is
yeah,
around
yeah,
here, like it's kind of simple but not really complex. And then you have the very very start here, which is clicker games.
yeah,
Clicker games, right? Clicker games progression is very linear one. It's just up. Everything you do,
mm,
up. You don't really pay attention to what you're tapping, and you don't really pay attention to what you just want to see the number go up. I got a feeling
mm,
that you're because you're pulling so many different elements in your game and you're putting them together, right? There is a danger of certain
yeah,
mechanics reminds you of other games, and some mechanics remind you of other games, so it becomes like very a bit disjointed. It feels like I
mm,
yeah, it feels like I'm not really sure where is your game sitting in this line. Um, because if you try to hit simple, you might as well go for simple. You try to hit complex, you might as well go complex. And if you want to find somewhere in the middle, you really got to be very very careful where you place your mechanics, because otherwise it becomes like, this is too simple but this is too complex. You get what I mean? Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
For
yeah,
me,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
your game is like, on the surface it looks complex, but it is actually very simple. I would
yeah,
argue that it's closer to a clicker game than anything else. Based on
Oh,
the
okay.
way I play it. Like um, I also encourage you to let other people try and let them see it, especially people
Yeah.
who play a lot of management sim games. When they try to speed run, they try to optimize. Right, when once you start to optimize, you will start to understand. Like now you start to really see like, oh, what your game is really about. When I start optimizing, that's
Mm,
when I realize that,
mm,
hey, actually
mm,
if
mm,
I really
mm,
care,
mm,
if I really care about popularity,
mm,
I shouldn't
mm.
bother about anything else other than money. That's what I end up doing. You hear me?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah.
having said that, I still have other points. I will explain to you what is also missing that might create this problem, because I don't think that is inherently. I don't think this issue is a very. It's not really a bad thing. It's just that you need to find a balance. If your game
Mm,
has
mm,
these
mm,
elements, and like if your game has a sense of agency and your balance is not really there yet, there are also other things to help you
mm,
to solve this particular problem, which I'll go into the next one lah. So
mm,
I'll stop the gameplay loop explanation at here, and I'll go to the next point, okay, which
mm.
is UI and UX.
Okay.
Yep.
One question, just one
Yes.
question.
Yep.
So you said that my game is not seems complex, but the DX tool is not that complex.
Correct. Yep.
So is it gonna be a problem for me for this game? I mean,
Okay. So that's the thing. Simple games doesn't mean it's bad. It's just that how you present it. When I really understand what is the core of your game, what your game really cares about,
mm, mm,
I'm only
mm,
looking for those things, and I only care about those things. If I am prevented from looking at those things, then it makes me feel like,
mm,
this game is fighting with me to help me enjoy this game. If I know the game is simple, I rather accept that, okay, this is a simple game, I want to play it simple, like a clicker game, right? Clicker games are really simple. You
yeah,
click 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 click, you add
yeah,
something, click 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 click. For
yeah,
me,
yeah,
right, I I,
yeah,
I, I
yeah.
enjoy clicker games also. I don't think clicker games are bad. I don't think clicker games are stupid. They're fun.
Mm,
Cookie clicker,
mm,
whatever,
yeah,
like click click is really fun.
yeah,
There's a business related clicker game also last time that was quite popular, venture capitalist, something
yeah,
like that. Click click click, very fun,
yeah.
very easy to understand, very clear. I'm nothing wrong with it. But the game really makes it super easy. I click something, something goes up. That's it. I
Understand.
Yeah, yeah. So for me is that if the core of the game is simple, I want the game to let me know that it's a simple and help me to get there
Yeah,
faster.
yeah.
Which is
So so the communication with the player, with the user to communicate is the game is simple is
mm,
the key, yeah, right?
yes.
So it's the key how to communicate it. Yeah, yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yep. Don't try to make your simple game complex if it's not complex. Because if you try to lay it too much in complexity, the people who play it will know one. They will know it's like, hey, this game actually very simple. Why is it trying to overcomplicate things? I rather a simple game help makes it simple, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh
So oh,
yeah.
why make it looks so complex?
Yeah.
Why? Because the chart, because the chart and how you say that first impression this game is kind of is complex.
Mm, mm.
Why? Because because the UI
Yeah.
or because
I think it's
how
yes. I'm going to it right now, which is the UI and the UX. Okay. Now,
okay, cool.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
cool.
Okay, okay. So I'll go through one main thing, which is you use the same UI element to incorporate a lot of things. Like there's this menu here, which is there's this housing, and then there's police station, there's firefighters, but they're actually two different things. One is resource, I realize as I play this game, and one is infrastructure. You get what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Uh, so this
yeah.
is something that is actually a little bit complex, but it's presented in a very simple way because everything is here. So that confuses me. It's like, I tried to build police station, but I need to build power plant. Oh, I need to build power plant first, then build police station. That means the infrastructure is tied to resources. But then why are resources and infrastructure presented in the same menu like this? Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
so so that so that then that's the confusion. So confusion starts. Okay, so this is what I try to do when I try to complete a request for landfill. I fulfill the
Mm,
request, I go and create, I come to this create menu, but I don't really know what do I have at this point in time. Like okay, so this is the reward. This
mhm,
is what I'm required to do, right? They're in two different menus.
yeah.
Yeah, so sometimes it
Mm,
a lot of times the game really breaks the thing that, like, I need to know, I need to have a complete information, but the game separates this information into two different menus. If I complete this request, how much money will I make? I need to mentally calculate that, oh, I will need to spend 10 million to earn back 7 million, so that means I net 3 million. I need to do this math outside of these two menus, you get what I mean? Yeah. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
when I
yeah.
do this, right, it's like, ah, money is important, right? So I don't want to simply spend money. When I create this, oh, I'm going to make 7 million, but how much do I need to spend here? I need to create and then go back. Then I look at this 7 million. I say, wait, how much I need to? How much will I make back again? So then that means, oh, I have to net spend 3 million. So net spend 3 million is something I have to mentally calculate in my head myself, and this is something that is
Mm,
different in two menus. Uh,
mm,
so it takes multiple screens to get the full picture into what you're getting. Since I can build this infrastructure outside request, the rewards are not clear. This is the second thing also. I can complete requests without going through the request menu. So that means I can go straight into building the landfill without going into this menu, correct?
yeah,
So sometimes I can
yeah, yeah,
get this reward without knowing this
yeah,
reward. Yeah, you get me? There's so many
yeah.
there's information that does not exist in the space that I'm interacting with. So it becomes like, I need to separate so many things out of my head. But actually all I want to do is how much money am I how what do I spend? What do I get? That's all I need to know, right? But I need to do a math in my head. I need to check different menus to get a big picture. So sometimes the feedback makes it very unclear. Ultimately, right, it's a very simple decision. How much money will I make? How much money will I spend? But I'm
Yeah,
doing so
yeah,
many
yeah, yeah,
calculations. So again, a simple game, but
yeah,
is
yeah,
layered in a lot of unnecessary complexity. Yep. And
yeah,
this
yeah, yeah.
complexity doesn't really,
So,
it's not like if I complete this math, I figure out the super optimal play, right? But it's not really like that, right? It's really very straightforward, right? Um,
yeah,
so that's
yeah,
the one thing. This is another example. If I lack a particular resource, I need to
mm,
manually remember how much I built. So
yeah,
how much build do
yeah,
I need? So
yeah,
like, okay, I want to build this 174 houses. But I lack power plant, so I need 10,000. I only have 1,000. So when I go build the
mm,
power plant, I need to remember. Again, this is not in the same screen. This is like in different screen. So I need to remember. Oh, how much do I need to build again? I need to at least 10,000. But what if I don't want to build 10,000? What if I really want to save money? What if
yeah,
I only want to build 1,000, 8,500 just so that I can get just enough? I need to manually calculate. I need to go to this menu. I go and check. Go back to the previous menu. Go and check, and then
mm,
only build. So it
mm.
becomes like that. It becomes like, oh, I need to again multiple screens to figure out something a
To
little bit
yeah,
straightforward. Uh, so
to remember everything, right?
yeah. That's the thing. So when you say
Yeah, yeah,
so when you say it right, the communication, right? This is the one thing. Like it is a
mm,
very simple decision, but it's unnecessarily complicated. So it makes me feel like this game
yeah,
is trying to be complicated, but actually it's very simple. So that's what I end up feeling lah. So sometimes it's also very hard to check. So now at any one point of time, I want to ask myself, what is my current state of the game? When I look at my main when I look at the main game screen, how many fire station do I have? I need to go open the infrastructure and look at it to see this is my infrastructure. How much resource do I have?
yes.
I have to go to a build menu to see like what do I own, right? Like there's no
Mm,
real way
mm, mm.
to check all these statistics, right? And even if I go to, I think there's a I cannot remember where do I open this.
Report,
Yeah, there's a report. Yeah, so it doesn't tell me the information of how many infrastructure.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
yeah, so
yeah, yeah.
it's all
Okay,
different
yeah,
places. But actually, again,
yeah,
it's something that I just want to click on and just kind of know like where. So it's hard to tell how much resource I have at any one point. I would have to check the build menu to figure out how much resource I require. So everything is
yeah,
like
yeah,
hidden behind so many layers, right? Like
yeah,
uh
yeah, yeah.
if let's say for example I want to build something and I want to know how many do I have. If let's say this information is available right at the like right in front of me, I don't need to think so much. I can just say like, oh, I should or should not build. Because it's a very easy decision to make. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay. All right. This is also the thing. Time. So this is what I also feel about your game. Um, time is an element in your game. Time is also an element in
yeah,
democracy. Time is also an element in game dev story. But it is very hard to get a sense of time in your game. Like I do not know when is it today. I do not know how long is it. Like time is like constantly a floating thing that
mm,
I don't need to worry about.
mm,
until I
mm,
until I,
mm,
I look at this one, and even then it's also like it's not something that it's very hard to, it's not something that I can very easily keep track, because in game that story
mm.
there's like this date, right? You see there's this like month year thing, and
Yeah, 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 yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
when you build your game, you see do 11 weeks, right? And then as you build your game,
Mm,
there's a
mm.
meter that fills up, so it gives you a sense of like, oh, time, like I know how much time is being spent, but your game is very hard to, like this one, right?
Okay,
Wait in 20 days.
okay.
So it's like, oh, I have to manually track 20 days, like when is that? If there's like a calendar to tell me, like, check your resources, check your produce today, in 20 days, which is like
Mm,
coming up soon, check your
mm,
request. Like, time is a very floating thing. So it's like another information which is, uh, kind of,
yeah.
kind of important, but it's very hard to
Hidden
track.
layer.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah, because it's like a hidden layer, right?
It's a hidden layer, is correct. And it's time limited in your game. Let's say if I don't take any action and I just spend and I just continue time. From what I understand, only the maintenance cost will reduce, right? Correct? Like, is there a limit?
Mm,
Can I
mm.
advance the game like all the way until my resource drains? Like, is there an end limit?
Sorry, once again.
Is there an end point in time, other than the fact that you run out of money? Like
No, actually, yeah, yeah. You can keep it running.
yeah, time
Keep
infinite
it
goes.
next. Keep it next.
Yeah, time goes infinite, right? But not. But
Yeah, actually, yeah, yeah. Sorry. But if you not claim your request for three requests that you have to claim the request to continue to next day.
right, yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, okay. So,
It,
t-
it won't continue. Yeah, yeah. It won't
mm,
continue if you do not claim. Yeah,
oh, you cannot continue if you don't claim.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But let's say if I
Claim, claim.
ignore the request, can I continue? I never tried ignoring the request.
Yeah, yeah. You can still continue.
Yeah. So that means that if I don't take any game action, right, this game technically can go on for a very very long time. Correct?
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
yes,
So
yes.
again, the sense of agency, right? Those other games, there is a sense of, if I don't take any action, something bad will
Mm,
happen. Like this game, there's no real sense of like, time is something that I need to be aware of, be careful of. In game there's story, your money is being drained. I know money is being drained in this game, but
mm,
number one,
mm.
I don't get a sense of it. Number two, it's very slow. Yeah, the
Yeah,
default
yeah.
the default money that burns, right, is very very low, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So think of it like this: I start a new game and I just click next day. How long can I run? And
Yeah,
in game
until
then,
until until your popularity
yeah, yeah,
zero. Yeah, yeah.
and then that takes a long time,
Because
right? Yeah. Mm.
yeah, because you neglect your request and then your popularity keep it down.
So when it hits zero, correct, correct. Okay, yeah, 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 true, true, understand. But I
Mhm.
think I think having the sense of time is eating into your popularity, eating into this
Mm,
thing. Yeah, it needs to be a bit stronger. It needs to be a little bit clearer in that sense. I think this is the last one. This is the one that I'm the most, how to say, I didn't play this part the most, because when I got to this point, that's when my money starts to become like a little bit
mm,
a little
mm,
bit fluctuating, because I try to make everyone happy, but that always ends up very badly for me, because I spend too much money. It's very hard to tell what causes this, like why these protests happens, right? Like what is
mm.
it being affected? Like traditionally skilled linked to conservatives has initiated the demonstration, but I do not know why. I cannot really tell why. So it's hard to also
Mm.
yeah, so hard to understand as well.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
yeah, yeah,
Once it got to
yeah.
this point, this is
Yeah.
when I'm the most I guess I'm
Because, yeah,
the most confused lah. Yeah.
yeah. I think that politics number 67 is actually have to be is the number of the probability that demonstration will occur. So I think the politics number have to be high highest.
Ah.
Uh, so if not that 100, so it's have a chance that political protest will happen.
Mm, mm, mm,
So that's
mm,
why you have to spending to make it policy, spending the point to
mm,
make every communities happy.
mm, 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 mm.
Actually, that's the idea.
Ah, I see. But I think it's not very clear. Like it's hard to get a sense
Yeah,
of.
yeah, I
Yeah,
know, I know, I know,
yeah,
I
yeah,
know, I know. I
yeah.
know. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I'll just quickly show the feedback for Democracy 4 and Game the Story, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There are one
It's very
screen,
clear, right?
yeah, very clear. One screen, like when I look at the main menu, I already know what state am I in. Am I low on money? Am I low on time? How
Mm,
long to the next thing?
mm,
Yeah,
mm,
everything is
mm,
there.
mm.
When I make any
Yeah.
decision, when I make a decision, I see the simulated results, right? Like I see the meter going up or down. I see my money going, down or what. It's all in one screen. It's all in one menu. What kind of points am I getting? How much am I spending? What is the contract?
Yes,
It's all very clear
yes,
in one screen.
yes.
I feel that this game has a lot of layers that gives you partial
Mm,
information that you have
mm.
to figure out yourself. I think you need to
Yes, yes, yes.
yeah, you need to figure out how to put all the information into one place
Mm. Yeah,
whenever
yeah.
whenever it comes to this one. So any question about feedback and UI?
Like,
Sorry,
is it
onboarding
that?
flow. Yeah. So I'll go to the last one, reviewing market position to better understand how the game can stand out within its niche. Okay, so this is the part where I feel that your sort of like narrative direction, your game direction, and also your visuals as well, because I know you're using generative AI to create some of the art asset, but I think this is the part where you need to be a bit more aware right now, because I'll give you I'll give you some sort of balance in terms of what to look out for. All right, so
Okay.
I want to ask you, what country are you running? Is it the US or is it a
Uh,
US like country?
yeah,
Ah,
yeah,
um, yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah. I'm
yeah. What
actually,
question is it?
yeah, actually, um, actually, I'm still, still fixing it. So I think I'm trying to make it user can choosing the country they want it they want to play. So only that I'm still in fixing the visual
Yep.
to make it not that kind of like a American country,
Yep.
United States.
Mm.
So I think, yeah, I know, I'm still fixing it.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
so
yeah,
so I think this is important because I think your game has two different thing going for it. You have the simulation angle, but you also have the angle of the fantasy of running a country. This
yeah, yeah,
idea of running a country is quite important, because like if you give a sense that, oh, I'm running a country like this country, certain groups, certain
yeah.
niche might be attracted to it, because um people are not interested in a presidential game, because it's like what's the special thing. People are more interested, oh, I can run America, I can run Canada, I can run Japan. Oh wow, that that
Oh,
Democracy 4 has the option to choose countries, right?
yeah.
That feels very important. That one feels the players will get attached to it. So let's say even though you cannot get your balance right, you cannot get your flow right, but if you can get the fantasy right, there are people
Mm,
would buy into it.
mm,
Yeah. So like if you look at this, right, all these terms, tiny home, cottage, bungalow, police station, agriculture, textiles, they feel very generic. They feel like very like, how to say, there's no identity to it. There's no feel of like, oh, this is a country. It feels like I'm running a small town. I feel like I'm, like
yeah,
the fantasy of running a country is not really
yeah.
there. Chemicals. What
Mm,
chemicals? Oh, like I don't know, like tungsten and copper,
mm,
like that kind of. So you feel like, oh, yeah, of course, because this country export this particular material a lot. So instead of just
mm,
saying
mm,
chemicals, you have to say like what chemicals. Then
mm,
it
mm,
plays into
mm.
the fantasy. Then people will buy into your fantasy of running the country even more. Agriculture. What are you exporting? Apples? Are you exporting corn? Are you exporting vegetables? Things like that. Like those would help shape the feeling of running a country a little bit more. Okay.
Mm.
Even the story part,
Yeah,
like it's yeah. So even the president doesn't have a name after I give him a name, right? There's no
yeah, oh
identity.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So
Mm.
I feel your game
Makes sense.
needs to connect with your audience a little bit more by helping them run the fantasy. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'll show you game dev story. You look at game dev story. They have this events, right? They have these
mm,
events.
mm,
These are simulated
mm,
like real life game dev experiences, right? Oh, a console is being launched.
mm,
Like,
mm,
oh, your team is very happy of the game that you worked on. Oh, your reviews are bad. Like that fantasy, these
mm,
small little events helps to paint a picture in terms of what kind of
mm.
fantasy you're running. Okay.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
mimics the game industry in real life, and it's fun and cheeky. These events serve not only as feedback but also create a sense that the game is affecting the world somehow.
Mm,
It feels the
mm, mm,
it's like I'm making decisions based on this fictional world that I'm living in, right? I'm gonna show you this Reddit post. Okay, this is a Reddit post from Game Dev Story. I find it is a blast. I
mm,
honestly would play it once without a wiki and then play it again at a glance with a wiki. I find that finding combos is half the fun. Finding the combos is half the fun. You see, they are not concerned about making more money or making less money. They're concerned about what kind of game am I making, what kind of game company am I
mm,
running. You
mm,
see,
mm,
try out what
mm.
known to you, Mushroom plus Adventure, Super Mario. It makes them feel like, oh, I'm running I'm building Super Mario in my game
Studio
company.
games.
Yeah, yeah. Look at
Yeah.
this. Another fun thing to do is name your games. After finishing debugging, you're about to ship, click on the name, edit. Naming them is honestly my favorite part of the game. You see how people connects with the fantasy of running a
Yeah,
game
yeah,
studio? They
yeah,
don't really care about
yeah.
I make 2 million this year. No, they enjoy the fantasy of running the game. So even if your simulation falls flat,
Mm,
right? If they're
mm,
soft or unbalanced, the fantasy of running a game but is still fun for some people. Yeah.
mm,
So even let's say you cannot get this right for the life of you. You cannot balance this one at all. Like it's still like not really there. But if you can solve
yeah,
this problem here,
yeah, yeah,
that
yeah,
is
yeah,
the that is
yeah.
also the fun of it. Ah. Yeah. So even though let's say if I do all this right, and it's still kind of janky, it's still kind of weird, but
Mm,
I can understand what country am I running. Then suddenly I feel like I'm willing to tolerate
mm,
this. You get what I mean?
mm.
I'm willing to tolerate. I'm willing
Okay,
to
okay.
look past, that kind of thing. So it's if you can get both right, good, very very big bonus. But I think you need to get at
Mm,
least one of them right.
mm.
Mm. You need to sell the
Okay, okay, okay.
fantasy.
Because yeah, yeah.
You need to sell the fantasy, or
Mm,
you need to make sure that your balance is there. Democracy 4, you can pick what country to run, right? With all the a bit
yeah,
lower,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So it sells the idea, it sells the idea of I'm running this particular country, and also the policies, the GDP, the
It
people.
doesn't matter, right?
It
Yeah, it
simulates
doesn't
the
matter.
country that they're running, right? So it plays into the fantasy.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah, you get what I mean? Yeah. So I
I
think
see.
this is something you can think about. So like, what country are you running? Who is
Yeah.
your president? What kind of export are you good at? What kind of imports are you looking for? Like those kind
Mm,
of things.
mm, mm.
Even though if you cannot get the numbers right, at least get those details right. Ah.
Experience yeah, that experience they deliver that for the fantasy. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So
All right.
I hope this covers all the sort of like the things I've noticed about your
Also,
game, the concerns or the questions. So
yeah.
I'm gonna give you some suggestions now, okay? I'll give you some suggestions. Just some things to think about. I don't know if this is the suggestion that you want to take. This is how I would approach it. Like again, you don't have to follow me, but maybe just think of the big picture for a little bit, okay? I think you want to make sure that your game loops are driven by choice, by how to say, by meaningful choice. So that means, right, if I do this, I cannot do that. Either buts are or. So if you look at game dev story, right, there's always a or a but or a either. I want to build a well balanced team or specialize. Okay, I want to take safer
Yeah.
jobs or risky jobs. Okay,
Mm,
I want to outsource or try in-house. I want to boost popularity or rely on genre. I want to try your luck or play it safe. There's always this decisions that you have to make, and every decision you have to make,
mm,
you're always weighted against something else. So
mm,
the
mm,
agency will pull you because there's always the agency you have to worry about, and then you counter it
mm,
with the
mm,
balance. So the balance in the agency will create this sort of sense. If you want, there's two ways you can do it. Number one, you can try to look at how game dev story do their flow, and then you try to follow it or you try to match it. Or if you already have a flow in mind, you can follow that. But at every step of the way, I want you to really think about the experience of it. Like like the hiring,
mm,
the hiring, the taking the contract, like how does all this menu look like? I want you to think of the screen
mm,
by screen, and then you think of the experience, and then you make
mm.
sure that the feedback is all there.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So you
yeah.
want to think of it like that. Because the other end is clicker game, or clicker game is like click, 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 everything goes up, right? But this is like a little bit more complex. But also at the same time, I'm not asking you to make democracy for, because again, if you're solo left, there's
Mm,
so many things to worry about. So that's why I picked this game as a like a baseline to sort of like understand.
mm,
One thing also, this game, right? When you build a new game, there is a flow, right? You set your direction, and then there's like a proposal phase, and then there's a graphic phase, and then there's a sound phase.
mm,
Like those,
mm,
like
The
I,
feedback.
yeah, uh, that one is like really for fun one. Like I don't think it really changes the way the game makes money or anything like that. But it plays in the fantasy of your game is being created, correct? Yeah. So you want to think of like that particular element. Ensure the resources in your game are pushed and pulled by each other, and also like make sure lah, like these resources are constantly being drained, constantly being refilled, and there's always this cycle, right? Game story is driven by time,
Mm,
money, talent, data points of employees. Ensure that at each decision point, all the resource outcomes are clearly stated to ensure a cleaner feedback loop. So that means every time you make a decision, what is it going to cost me?
mm,
What is it going to get me?
mm,
And then
yeah.
the only invisible thing is either or. Either or. If I do this, I cannot do this. But what will happen? I'm not 100% sure what is the outcome of that. But I know that if I make this choice, I will spend this much. I will get this thing back. Whether 3 or 4 steps ahead, I'm not very sure. It's fine. But every time you make a decision, everything needs to be here. Everything needs to be in this one screen.
Mm, mm,
Okay? Ensure to create a sense of agency
yep.
where resources are being drained due to inaction or passivity. So that means this part here, this one will be no
Mm,
game. It makes it like tension, right? It's like, oh, no game. Oh, I need to work on something. I need to work on something. So there is always
mm,
this sense of agency. The game
mm,
needs to constantly ask you to take
mm,
take
mm.
actions. Yep,
Execution.
yep,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah.
Okay, all right. Okay, I think
Alright,
that's
alright.
yeah, yeah. So that is all I have for you. This is all the notes.
Yeah,
After this call, I will save these images and send it to you on Discord, so you can look at it yourself. And then
okay.
whatever that you take from your game, I'll leave it up to you lah. Whether you find this helpful, because this is your game, I don't want to tell you how to make it. But this is just based on my experience when I play it, and based on your concerns, this is what I'm noticing. All right.
I think yeah, yeah. This yeah, all right. This is very helpful, Jeremy. Thank you so much.
All right, cool. Do you have any other questions other than because I'm done with whatever I have to say. So if you have any questions, you can ask. Otherwise, I will conclude this session. Yeah.
Yeah, I think is you summarize everything. So
Yep.
I think this I think it's very clear for me what lacking, what I have to prove, what I have to improve and polish. I
Mm.
think yeah, this is very clear.
All right. Cool.
This is very helpful. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much. If
Thank you so
you
much, Jeremy.
No
Thanks
problem.
again.
Yeah,
I really appreciate it.
if you know anyone else that needs like this coaching session, just let me know. I will,
Sure, sure,
just
sure,
spread the word. Tell your friends or tell whoever that you know,
sure,
that
sure.
how helpful it is. And then yeah, I all the
Still,
best,
yeah,
all the best in your game. I wish you all the best, and don't be afraid to
yeah,
just drop me a message when it's out, or just let me know when you have new
yeah.
updates. I'm always happy to check it out. All right.
Oh yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jeremy. Thank you so much. Thanks again. I really appreciate it.